This is the Jack Murphy Podcast. Here's your host, Jack Murphy.
Look at me today. Full head of thick, luxurious hair.
I don't want to hear it.
Lean, handsome.
Lean? I don't know.
Are
I
we-
don't want to hear it.
I'm sorry. Are we on? I didn't realize the program had started.
And you're not looking in a mirror, by the way.
I'm looking in the camera, just
I
the
know.
camera. But the screen, my big beautiful face is on the screen, so I
know,
couldn't.
and we can see and hear you. So
So Daniel Wheeler, my cousin, has, after he stiffed us on Monday, after he's all excited Saturday during the game, he's texting me, let's do another podcast. And then Monday I get all ready and I text him. He goes, sorry, playing golf. And so 204 subscribers, Daniel, were let down by your absence. But,
I'm so sorry.
see, we could be at 205
I'm sure they'll live.
Alpha Trevette, my friend, the actor and America's newsman, is here with us today with a lot of big stories. I got a few things I want to get to first. Have you seen the video of the strike that Trump ordered on the drug boat?
Boom.
You see it, Daniel?
I did.
It was awesome. I went ahead and edited the video so we can show it here. So this was if I understood the story right, a Trinidad gang boat that was going from Venezuela to America. Here's what pissed me off about this. I saw the story several places, and I'm looking for the video, and a lot of times these videos are encoded, and I have a program that will decode them, and it wouldn't work. So I went to the CNN website. CNN says, video shows moment U.S. airstrikes alleged drug vessel tied to Venezuelan cartel. You see the video, it's packed with cocaine and fentanyl. There's nothing alleged about it, but let's just watch it get blown up one more time.
Saying 11 members of the group were sailing toward the United States carrying illegal drugs.
Boom.
And attached to the video, he wrote, quote, please let this serve as notice to anyone even thinking about bringing drugs into the United States of America.
There you go.
Beware. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Multiple exclamation point.
I love how he does your attention to this matter. He puts it like it's like you're calling customer service or something, you know? So funny.
And he says there's more where that come from, man.
Well, yeah, if they keep doing it, he's going to keep blowing them up. And now, how much was that reward they put on that Maduro guy?
10 million, I believe.
Yeah. You know, I see these videos all the time where these young, I guess what's the youngest? Like college kids now? Are they
18.
18.
No, I mean, are they Gen X? What are they?
Gen Z, I believe. What they're
Gen
called.
Z, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I see these Gen Zers with all the piercings. You know, all the girls have to have 5 or 6 things in their nose and in their ear, and they've got the funny colored hair. And I'll see videos of them in various places, and they'll walk up to people and go, why are you flying that flag? It's the American flag. You know, it's out in front of your house or whatever. And they go, because it's America, and I love America, and I got a flag. Well, when I see that flag, all I think of is colonialism and racism and hatred. And there are a lot of people who actually feel that way, but both young liberal people and some African Americans feel that way. But I've been talking about the UK for a while now and some of the things that they're doing there. And it's the exact same things that the liberals want to do here, by the way.
Yeah.
So get ready for it. They arrest people for social media posts. Like if I go on the social media, Daniel, and I say, you know, Daniel Wheeler, he's a nice guy, but he looks a little gay to me or transphobic. I could be arrested and thrown in jail in the UK for that. And so they don't really have freedom of speech there anymore. It's gone.
Now, it happened to, what was the comedy writer's name? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, he was getting ready to fly to a gig. And they actually took him off the plane and arrested him.
For a tweet.
for a couple of tweets where, and he's a comedy writer. He wrote a couple of comedy tweets about transgenderism, and they showed up and arrested him and actually put him in jail.
I mean, can you even believe that this is happening? But even worse now in the UK, over the Labor Day weekend, there were people arrested in their own home, in their own neighborhood, for flying the Union Jack flag out in front of their house.
Right.
Because they're afraid it'll incite violence. Flying the flag of your country, you can be arrested for that because it might incite violence.
How about the on 29 south heading toward Greensboro, the 50-foot
Love it.
Confederate flag that flies on that guy's property?
They try to I don't feel one way or the other about the Confederate flag, but they've tried to tear that thing down for years. There's another one, if you're on I-40 going toward Asheville, there's another one out in the country out there. But they're arresting people for that. In fact, there's a real cute couple that I follow on the talk. You know, I'm big on the talk.
You're the talk of the town.
And there's this couple from England who came to America, and they rented an RV, and they drive up, and they do really good content. Like the guy's real muscular, big, handsome guy, and she's real pretty. And he goes, "America? Do you mean to tell me I didn't know about this?" And he shows, mountains and rivers and food that we have. Well, they're back in England now, and he's going, "America, can you believe it? They're arresting people for flying my own country's flag at my own house."
Yeah.
And it's just because they're so afraid of the Islamists. And
well, if you look at videos of some of the protests they've had in London and some of the other European cities, you'll see all sorts of flags. You'll see Palestinian flags. You'll see Iranian flags. You'll see.
Are they arresting them?
No, ideological flags. But they're not getting arrested. But you fly the flag of the country, which is the cross of St. George, or the Union Jack, which is the flag of the empire.
Right.
Yeah, you can be arrested for that.
Well, the fact of the matter is, you can lump them all together. These Palestinian protesters, the Islamic protesters, and these young Gen Z communists. They're all trying to work together. And they had Michigan is ground zero for the Islamic movement in America. Michigan is just, it's amazing how many Islamists there are there. But they had a pro-Palestine, like a planning meeting, I guess you'd call it. And, our Congress people, those two wacko Islamic Congress people, Omar and
Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah, they were both there and spoke. But I want you to listen to what one of the speakers had to say at this meeting.
We have to destroy the idea of America in our heads, in our neighbors' heads, in our comrades' heads, in everybody's heads in this country. We have to work towards problematizing and getting away from the normalization of the violence of the military-industrial complex that is just baked into these supply chains. And we have to actually present an alternative that is appealing and meaningful to people.
I didn't understand anything he said after we have to destroy the idea of America in our heads and our friends' heads. And that's what they want to do. They want to destroy our country. And if we stand by and do nothing, it's going to be just like the UK within a decade.
Well, here's the problem with the UK. Their birth rate, as is in the United States and all Western countries, is under the replication number. In other words, in order to keep a society going, you have to have a birth rate. I think it's Well, in all of the European countries, it's under 2, and some of them are around 1.1 or 1.3 or 1.1.
But not in the Islamic community.
No, in France, the Islamic community, it's 8. So over the next generation, if they produce at 7 to 8 times that of the indigenous the historical population, they will be the ruling class.
Europe, unless they do something radical right now, and they won't. unless they do something radical, and by that I mean deport millions of people, Europe's gone. Europe's gone in 10, 15 years.
There are a couple of interesting articles today that Europe is going to have to literally fight for its heritage, and that's becoming more true every day.
How many Islamic mosques are there up there in Appomattox, Virginia, where you live, Daniel?
None. I don't think it'd be a very good idea. But you were talking about Michigan a few minutes ago, and Missy, my wife's brother, planted a church outside of Detroit, and I cannot think of the name of the town to save my life. No,
that's a big one.
It's pretty close to downtown. I mean, it's like maybe 20 minutes away or whatever. But all the road signs, street signs, everything, Arabic.
Really?
In the United States.
In Michigan, yeah.
In Michigan.
I mean, even in East L.A., where it's all Mexicans or Hispanic people, the road signs are still in English.
Well,
the stop signs still say stop, not alto.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I went into a little market up there in his neighborhood, and like a little grocery store thing, and there was like pig heads laying around and just all kinds of different. I was like, good God!
Well, wait a minute, there shouldn't be any pig heads in there.
There was pig heads. There was all kinds of stuff. Yeah. But a lot of them are Yemen.
Well, they're from all over. They're from Somalia, Yemeni.
Well, I imagine a pig head. Area. Imagine a pig head in that store is like a scarecrow in a cornfield.
It might be. That's what I saw funny when they arrested that little girl. Was it in Scotland for having the hatchet and the knife? Because the rape numbers are just through the roof.
Yeah, and so there were guys who were harassing her and her younger sister. Yeah, and she knew exactly what they intended to do.
She had a hatchet and a knife, and who got in trouble? She did.
You did.
But somebody said, I got a way to solve that, ladies. Just carry around a strip of bacon with you, and when they show up, pull that out. That'll stop them in their tracks right there.
Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans.
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
So, Daniel, you haven't met our favorite conservative commentator, have you? You haven't. I
haven't met him. I've watched him.
It's not a him; it's a her, and that's what's so impressive.
I thought you were talking about John.
No. That's what's so impressive. I like to post videos. She posts on the talk. No, she posts on the talk quite a bit. This conservative does. She always has words of wisdom for fellow conservatives. Listen to her.
Since Trump deployed the National Guard to D.C., robbery is down 46%, carjacking is down 83%, and violent crime down 22%. Yet liberals are outraged. Can someone please tell me, why do they like criminals so much?
Oh, all right. I don't know.
I was doing my phone like this. And okay.
Somebody please tell me why they put the words right there.
No, that text could have gone lower or higher. But you can go to her TikTok channel and find out a lot more. I wasn't reading very much of it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to tell John Carter to stop texting us. He's texted us 10 times.
It must be important.
No, we'll go on. I'll edit this. So, let's see. Last year over the Labor Day weekend, I think there were 24 people shot in Chicago. Man. 24. How many do you think were shot this year?
Oh, probably less because they're doing such a good job there in Chicago. It's probably less.
What's the number? You come up with a number.
I saw it this morning, but I forget what it was.
55.
50, yeah.
55 were shot, but they don't need any help. They got it under control.
We don't want him up here. We don't need any help.
They've got it, but I saw something that just blew my mind. So, the TV stations, they got to cover all the angles. So after these shootings, on the Monday night news in Chicago, they've got all this video. So first they go out to the scene of the big shooting where 7 people were shot. And they show all the chaos, the cop cars and the ambulances and the fire trucks and everything. And then they switch to the doctor at the hospital. We're treating multiple gunshot wounds. They got to get every angle. Then they bring in this guy that they call he had a special title. He's an expert on crime at the University of Chicago, but a criminologist. That's what he was.
Yeah.
And he basically, if I understood him right, he basically blamed all this violence on climate change.
It's a holiday weekend. And
now I got to stop right there. What the hell's going on with his hair?
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed.
It's like it's sprayed on. It's a different color than his beard. Is that a wig?
Alpha,
Alpha, you and I need to try that.
Hey, well, I'm happy with what I got.
All right, listen to what this guy says.
And that means there's a greater possibility for pop-up parties to be...
Enter criminologist Arthur Lorigio, who tells me the weather we've enjoyed this weekend is a contributing factor to the violence we're tracking.
Some of the shootings we saw this weekend, and there were a total of about 55, and close to 10 people have been killed, have been outside in groups, and that can account for the large number of people who were shot and shot at.
I took a closer look at the numbers and found last Labor Day weekend, 26 people were shot in Chicago, 5 killed. This year, more than 50 people shot and...
Wouldn't they have been outside last year, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems so.
Did that make any sense at all, what he said?
Well, when it's 8 below and you're walking back from the Subway shop and, 2 guys in MAGA hats attack you with rope and bleach. And so
Okay, Jesse.
Juicy Smollett.
Isn't it amazing how they're letting him back into the entertainment industry after that?
Well, it happens. Roman Polanski, it happened with him.
Well, at least Roman Polanski couldn't come back to America.
Yeah.
But, he got another, is it Fox? Didn't he just get another acting gig on Fox?
I don't know that.
Some show?
I hadn't heard that.
It's not like they don't have a lot of problems there. They've got a massive budget. I think 3 years ago they had a $92 billion surplus. Now they have about a $30 billion deficit in the budget. They have the largest homeless population in America, and Gavin Newsom's been saying since he was mayor of San Francisco they were going to fix it, and they've spent billions and billions of dollars, and they have more homeless than they've ever had in California. But there's other things that are important, other things that have to be taken care of, and one of the things that had to be taken care of is getting rid of the damn U-turn signs.
Being oppressed because in California they just decided no U-turn signs are now homophobic.
LA City Council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Nithya Raman were on hand today to help remove the signs. They say the no cruising and no U-turn signs were put up in the 1990s to prevent people in the gay community from meeting up with other gay people.
You would think in California, with all the issues going on, they're running a massive deficit. Moonlights.
Come on.
I am speechless.
The U-turn signs are homophobic.
I'll have to remember that next time I come up to a U-turn sign.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm still trying to figure out where they're getting that.
What they were saying. Here's what they were saying. Here's what they were saying. It's almost like Pete Buttigieg when he was talking about the bridges being racist.
Right.
Remember that? What they're saying is this section of L.A. is where gay people used to cruise. In other words, if you were gay and you wanted to get picked up, you'd walk along the side of the road there like a hooker, and gay people would drive by and you'd have a meetup or whatever. So they're saying they put the U-turn signs up there so they wouldn't turn around and go back down the street where the cruising was taking place. I think is what they're saying.
I would think if they're that determined, they could figure out that you could go take a left and then another left and another left and then make a right.
And probably back when they did that, they didn't have the internet.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They didn't have the the gay dating sites that they have now. But Alpha, how big was the town that you grew up in?
When I grew up there, we had a red flashing light, Route 1 and Virginia Road 369.
What town was that?
Ladysmith, Virginia.
Now Daniel grew up in a little bitty town just like I did. Trenton's a little even smaller than the town that I grew up in. But let me ask you, did you have a gay guy that would show up on Friday night and cruise the streets of Trenton or your town?
He would have been cruising all night.
You didn't? You didn't, Daniel?
No.
We had
all
one.
Our gay people were they never came out of the closet until they were like adults, like later on in life.
We had one. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of gay people in Cedartown. You just didn't know it, but there was one guy that would cruise around. Like in Cedartown, the only thing there was to do on Friday, Saturday night, you got in your car, you drove up to the Jitney Jr. on North Main, you turned around, and you drove down to the lumber place on South Main, and you turned around, and you tried to pass girls on the main street, the main drag, and wave at them and get them to meet you somewhere while you're drinking beer. That was your whole life. But there's this one gay guy that would try to insert himself into that, and it just never went well.
We had a couple, I think, but and our suspicions turned out to be true later on, but we never cared. I mean, it was just a guy. He was a friend.
Well, you knew it. You knew it when you from day one.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a cousin we've known since day one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. we have one. But it would be like that. In other words, we'd go to the Jitney Jr. and turn around in their parking lot to go back down Main Street. If they put up a no U-turn sign right there at the Jitney Jr., it'd be the same thing as they're doing in L.A., I guess, with these
That would have
U-turns.
spoiled your weekend, man.
Oh, well, we just went on up one more block to the gas station and turned around. It wouldn't have been a big problem for us.
Hell, our town was so small there wasn't even any blocks.
No, they had a little town square. That was it.
We used to drive around the square, and then go down to the little shopping center, turn around, go back up. Our courthouse was right in the middle of Highway 11. Highway 11 went around it.
They tried a red flashing light in our town, and people kept going, the light keeps changing, but never in my favor.
That's I keep saying I'm going to do this, but, about a decade ago, these things appeared in the South, and we'd never had them before. And when they appeared, if you had not traveled a little bit, luckily for me, living in other places, I had seen them before. But when they just, closed a road and one of them appeared, when they first opened the road back up, there was nothing that caused more consternation than the traffic circle.
Oh, God.
I mean, we have one right here in my neighborhood, and it's hilarious. You can just go stand up there and watch what goes on. And I keep saying I'm going to go up there with my phone, and I'm going to videotape about an hour, and I'm going to come back and play it on the podcast and do commentary, because these people were able to pass a written DMV driving test and the driving test itself without knowing what the yield sign means. The yield sign is the sign of freedom. It gives you all the choice.
It doesn't say stop.
Yeah, you can choose to stop if somebody's going to hit you, or you can choose to go. But I find that about 50% of the people find that yield means stop.
It's the same way with some of those at a light, and there's a turn right, and the sign says keep moving, because there's a lane you can actually go into and be just fine.
Right.
And as far as traffic circles, I've become a fan of traffic circles. However, I love them. I know how to operate in them.
Yeah,
but there
I love
are people who do not. If you're in the circle, you have the right of way.
It's like they just freeze up when they get up there. They're like, oh my God, there's 4 different cars coming from 4 different directions. What am I going to do?
Well, and these traffic circles only have 3 exits.
Ours have 4.
You
Ours
go
have
straight.
4.
Well, right, straight, all the way over here or all the way around.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like in Ireland when there's like 12 exits on the
Right.
traffic circle.
And the thing about the one,
Pinehurst.
and the thing about the ones in Europe, which they're much bigger.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we went to France, good grief, that one at the Champs-Élysées, that's like 12 lanes, and they're doing like 80 around there.
Oh, yeah.
You're ever driving over there with a GPS, they'll say, take the 8th exit on the roundabout. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
We had a fun time with that because it was my buddy Don that recently passed a couple of years ago, but he was doing the navigating. His son-in-law was driving. We're driving a van. He's on the right side of the van. It's a straight shift. He's driving, changing gears with his
the
left hand.
Right.
And Don's telling him, turn here.
I've got some news. I don't know if you'll find this shocking or not, but a while back we had on the podcast, I was kind of shocked that the big American food company, Del Monte, Daniel, how many cans of Del Monte vegetables do you think you ate in your life when you were a kid?
A lot.
Pineapple alone.
They've gone bankrupt. Del Monte went bankrupt a few months ago. They're reorganizing because people's food habits are changing. People don't eat as many vegetables out of a can anymore. They cook them. They want healthier choices. They make them themselves, or they buy, fresh fruits or whatever. But anyway, Del Monte, for whatever reason, going bankrupt.
Well, it's either they're eating better or they're not eating vegetables at all, which is worse.
Yeah, I don't know which, but one or the other.
Yeah.
Damn, I still look good. Look at that. My hair and everything. Good job.
Black out the system. Black out the system.
There was a big merger a few years ago, 2015. Kraft and Heinz came together.
Yeah.
Now, Heinz, that's John Kerry's wife, Teresa Heinz. Her family started that. But it created one of the world's largest food conglomerates, but things didn't go well. After a brief honeymoon period, they've had a lot of financial problems. It just sometimes when you mix those companies, the cultures clash, or all the efficiencies that they saw aren't there, and it just hasn't worked for either one of them. So they announced yesterday that they're breaking up the two companies. It'll be final in about 6 months, and they'll split custody of hot dogs and ketchup, meaning they'll no longer live under the same roof. But my question is, little survey, what's your favorite ketchup, Daniel? When you go to the store to buy a brand, what's your favorite?
I probably would get Heinz.
Yeah. As much as I hate John Kerry, I'd get Heinz too, because it's the best
but
one.
Now my wife won't let me eat ketchup because it's not good for you. So
because it's got sugar in it, you mean?
Yeah.
What let me say, which one?
Well, I generally pick up the store brand, which is probably made by Heinz anyway. But let me say that it's a good thing they're separating the ketchup and the hot dogs, because ketchup does not belong on a hot dog.
I agree. I agree 100%.
So that's
I'm
a
right
smart
there
move.
with you, Alf.
That's a smart move.
Now, I will buy the store brand of some things. Like I eat oatmeal, but not instant oatmeal. It's the kind you got to boil. And I'll buy the store brand because I can't tell a bit of difference in it and the Quaker. And the store brand's $1.99. You know how much Quaker is now? $8.50.
What?
Ugh.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. $8.50 for the same size.
Crazy.
And it's probably made by Quaker.
Probably. So we got ketchup. I'm a Heinz man. What about your mustard? What do you go for on the mustard aisle?
French's.
French's.
Yeah.
It's the number one. That's what I go with.
Yeah, for yellow.
I don't like the fancy mustards unless I'm putting it in a salad or dressing or something like that. But
it's good on some sandwiches. But yeah, I go with the French's yellow mustard.
And then the big one,
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Dukes.
Dukes all the way. All right. We have, it's so funny, we have the Duke's
How
mayonnaise.
about toilet paper? Wait a minute. Let's throw another one in.
Costco. Costco. Do you got, you don't?
Northern.
Costco has great toilet paper and butt wipes. Costco has, I hate those butt wipes where you can't get them out. First of all, you got to have a knife to open them. And then you're like, I can't be in here all day. I got to get me a butt wipe out. And they tear. You have that problem? But Costco's, they've got a soothing aloe blend on them that really comforts you back there. And they're easy to pull out. And they come in a big old box. It's got about 20 packages. And Keith would appreciate this, our buddy Keith, a couple of travel packs they throw in the top.
Got to keep those in your golf bag.
Maybe you ought to go back to talking about how good you look, Jack.
I mean, well, everybody uses those things now, and I just want to tell them that Costco brand, it's hard to beat. Especially, did I mention the soothing aloe that they put on it?
We're so happy to hear that you're soothed back there.
It's so
Did
good.
you put that on your hair too?
No, I put a little pomade up there on my hair.
You use it for your complexion because you're radiant.
Well, thank you so much for checking out the Jack Murphy podcast today. If you haven't subscribed and this is the first time you've watched, look at what you've been missing. Yeah. And you could see it just about every day. Just hit that subscribe, that like button, and we'll be back here tomorrow. I think John Garrett will be on the show with hopefully Alpha and I tomorrow here on the Jack Murphy podcast. Daniel, what are you doing today?
Packing. I'm heading to Athens in the
Oh,
morning.
that's right. He's going to Athens for the big game this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
The big game.
Who do the big dogs play this weekend?
Austin P.
Ooh, tough, gritty team.
Boy,
we're kind of starting slow this year, aren't we? Marshall and Austin P.
Yeah, but next week we have Tennessee in Knoxville. So
we got Tennessee in Knoxville the next week. Though,
yeah.
Well, this will be a good prep.
It gets real after Saturday.
All right.
Thanks for watching the Jack Murphy Podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Go ahead, ring it. Get alerts when a new episode drops. And tell your friends about the Jack Murphy Podcast. But only the cool friends, please. Tune in next time for another episode of the Jack Murphy Podcast.